Hello, my name is David Baden, and this is how I conducted my second round of tests. My first testings, I only took data from 6 to 7 seconds because I couldn't figure out how to find the average of my readings, and I had to do it manually. Now I know how I can average more data, and so I took it from 5 to 10 seconds. I ran 36 tests with 4 different airfoils at 3 different wind speeds and 3 different positions. But I only tested each airfoil once. The first time. I found another way to test the airfoils by having it hang on a rod so the weight doesn't factor in, and I tested each airfoil 5 times. I didn't think the Wright Flyer airfoil did too well in the first 2 rounds of tests, and since the Wright brothers initially had a bi-wing, I made a bi-wing also so it could produce more lift, and it has twice the surface area. I thought the high camber would perform the best in my initial tests, but since it didn't, I made another high camber airfoil and hollowed it out. So that way it weighed less and it performed about twice as good as the solid high camber airfoil. Now I'll show you how I ran my tests. I have some sticky tape on the airfoil so it'll stick to the rod. At first, I zeroed out the force when the aluminum rod was resting against the airfoil. Now I zero it out when the force sensor is connected to the rod and the rod is stuck to the airfoil. Now I'll turn on the fan and start the timer. In the second round of tests, when the airfoil was hanging on the rod, the high camber solid airfoil and the high camber hollow airfoil produced almost the same amount of lift because weight didn't factor in.